You don't need to rush. A lot of the times we want to rush, we want to chase the bag, we want to be chasing the bag, chasing the bag. But what I don't understand is you're chasing the bag when the bag's supposed to be chasing you. You're rushing to get to a destination when that destination is not even going to change. That destination is a fixed place. You don't need to rush to get there. It's the journey that you need to enjoy. Yes, my people. Yes, welcome back to another episode of the Transformation Podcast. And I know it's been a while. It's been quite a while since we've done the last episode, and it's what we discussed previously before in other episodes. Please go look through them. You'll find something that you like. You find something that you actually need, and that was a lot of the times you have to disconnect to reconnect. So this whole period, it was a couple of months, but this was the period that I really had to take to disconnect to reconnect back to the source, disconnect to reconnect back to what is this actually about, the vision, the why I'm actually doing this, and really just recalibrating and just knowing the next steps to really take. So that's the reason why we haven't had the podcast in such a long time. And as you've realized, my co-host, my brother, my friend, AD Anthony is not here, and he won't be with us in subsequent episodes because now he's off to do his own thing. The things that God's really called him to do. I'm so proud of him. I'm happy for him. Check out his TikTok. It's A_Drans. TikTok famous. He got a lot of cool videos, but stay posted on him. He's got a lot of good things coming up. He's got a lot of good things on the horizon. So don't sleep on Anthony at all. He's just doing what he needs to do, and I'm proud of him. I'm happy for him. And now he's really just going off and becoming his own, coming out of his shell, and just living that purposeful life. And you know what, guys? Even on that, there's something that we need to talk about today. There's something that we need to discuss, and that is don't rush. Like, you don't need to rush. A lot of the times we want to rush, we want to chase the bag, we want to be chasing the bag, chasing the bag. But what I don't understand is you're chasing the bag when the bag's supposed to be chasing you. You're rushing to get to a destination when that destination is not even going to change. That destination is a fixed place. You don't need to rush to get there. It's the journey that you need to enjoy. It's like me going from here to London. Right now, we're based at uni, so right now we're in Warwick. It's like me going from Warwick to London. Regardless of what I do, regardless of how long I take, London is still going to be the same distance. It's still going to be in the same place. There's nothing that's going to move London unless maybe there's an earthquake, but we know that's not going to happen. There's nothing that's going to move London from where it is. The only thing is the journey. And no matter what I do, I could run to the train station. I could get on the train, but I can't rush the train. We could get in the car, but you can't rush the car going beyond the speed limits that it can actually go. There's fixed times and fixed things in place for you to get to that destination. And that's the thing that I really want to dissect today is really and truly not rushing. Because a lot of the times we rush out of a place of insecurity. That's why you need to check your heart posture. You need to check in everything that you do. You need to look at your heart, see, why am I doing this? What's the purpose of doing this? What's the reason for me doing this? Check your heart posture. Because when you check your heart posture, you're not going to do things out of an insecure place. And when you don't do things out of an insecure place, you're not going to rush. Because really and truly, people only really rush because they see other people doing things and they feel like they're getting left behind. Listen, you're not getting left behind. You're where you're supposed to be for this specific time in this specific moment in eternity. All you need to do is take those daily steps, one step a day. One brick a day, a house is going to be built. One brick a day, a house is going to be made. You don't just put all the bricks in one day. No, that doesn't happen. You got to layer the brick, put the cement, bit by bit, brick by brick. You build it up. You build it up. And that's as it is for individuals. Bit by bit, you build up. You build up. You build up because your purpose is not going to run away from you. You're already purpose. Your purpose is already inside of you. Each and every single person is already a seed. When I look into the forest, there's even trees outside my house now. When I look into the forest, I look into the woods, I see trees. But every tree came from a seed. Every seed had to be watered. Every seed needed sunlight. Every seed needed to be nurtured. That seed couldn't rush the process. Because if the seed rushed the process, it wouldn't form into the tree. So you know what the seed does? It takes its time. It takes its time. But the success is already in the seed, because all the seed needs to do is become a tree and start to photosynthesize. So already the seed is going to be purposeful. The purpose is already inside of it. Success is already inside of it. It just needs to take time for it to give birth. It just needs to take time for it to come out. When I look at the bird is successful when it flies because that's its function. But when it comes out of the egg, it doesn't just fly straight away. They don't just push it out straight away. The mom feeds it, feeds it. The dad feeds it, feeds it, feeds it. When it sees that it's strong enough, when it sees that it's capable, then it pushes it out of the nest and then it begins to fly. What's the common denominator in both factors? They don't rush. They take their time in the journey for the right time for them to grow and become that forest, for the right time for them to grow and begin to fly. And inside each and every single person listening today and watching this today, it's a forest. It's someone that's going to fly. Each and every single person has that capability, but you can't rush that process. It's already inside of you. You're going to fly regardless. You're going to become a forest regardless. But if you rush, it may not happen. Imagine pushing that bird out of the nest before it's ready. It's going to fall down to its death. Imagine a seed coming out before it's ready. The seed's going to be unsuccessful. Then it won't grow into a tree. And that's what we have. We have people rushing to become trees where they just need to enjoy the seed process. We have people rushing to fly when they just need to take some time in the nest, they still need their feeding, they still need their food, they just need to rest in the nest a little bit, they just need to stay there for a while, but they're rushing to go, rushing to go. Why? Because they see other people flying. They see other trees going. Oh, this person's doing this. I need to do something. This person's doing that. I need to do something. No, you don't need to do anything right now. And most of the time, the people that are doing these things, most of the time, they're not even meant to be doing it in the first place. So you're just comparing yourself to nothing. But you don't know that you're comparing yourself to nothing because you're looking at the works. You're not looking deeper. You're not looking deep at the why. You're not looking deep at the purpose that they're doing those certain type of things. And even if they are and it's right, you don't know the process that they went through. You don't know what they had to overcome. You don't know what they sacrificed. So you can't compare yourself to them. And this is why you can't really look at other people and think, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. No. Because this life is a marathon. And you're just running in the same lane with the Holy Spirit. It's just you and the Holy Spirit side by side. You're jogging, you're going, you're going, you're going. There's no one else on the lane because when you start to focus on other people, you're going to begin to trip up because you can't see where you're going. You can only see where that person's going. So next thing you know, you end up falling, but that person keeps going because they just keep pressing on the mark. They just keep pushing towards their vision. That's why you got to write your vision down and make it plain so that you won't be distracted by other visions. You won't be distracted. Oh, I see that person doing this. I want to do something. I see that person doing this. I want to do that. No. Take your time. You don't need to rush. Take your time. Even this summer, I remember, let me even be real with you guys. Even this summer, I believe even after June, July, I stopped making videos. I stopped making Movement Mondays. I stopped making Instagram videos. I stopped making podcasts because I felt like it was my season to serve and just serve 100%. Not to do anything for myself, but really and truly just to serve my mentor at Global Purpose Enterprise, just to serve Andre. And that's literally what I've been doing this summer. And people have been coming up to me asking me, why have you made videos? Oh, you used to be so consistent. Why have you done this? Why have you done that? And this is why it's so important to understand your times and seasons. Because I believe success is hidden within the season that you're in. Because you can't wear winter clothes in summer. You can't wear summer clothes in winter. That's why you need to know the season that you're in. And for me, in that specific time, the season was for me to shut up, sit down, learn, and serve. It wasn't time for me to be speaking. No, it was time for me to learn, because what people don't understand is that learning is also part of the process. Learning is also a part of the movement. Because before you can go, you need to learn. Before you can go up, you need to serve. You need to come down. That's why the lowest among you will be your servant. You need to serve. And then the lowest will end up being first because they served. And that's why it's so important to understand, okay, what season am I actually in? Because people are coming up to me, oh, you haven't done this, you haven't done that, you wasn't as consistent, you wasn't as consistent. Now, if I didn't know my season, I would have been thinking, oh yeah, I need to get more consistent. Oh yeah, I need to do this, I need to do that. No, I don't need to do anything. I just need to be where God placed me to be. And it's the same for you. You just need to be where God's placed you to be, what God has asked you to do. Because people can say one thing and another thing, but compared to God, it's not going to match up. Because He knows the plans that He has to prosper you. The fact that He said plans means that there was more than one. If there's more than one, that means there are multiple routes. And He's calculated each and every single route that you could have taken and picked the best one for you. So who am I going to listen to? Am I going to listen to the one that's just seeing a couple of me, a couple visions, or am I going to listen to the one that's seen my whole life mapped out, calculate every route that I could have taken? I could have went to that university. I could have went to that school. I could have been with that friend. I could have been here, but no, it wouldn't work out. It would have been destruction. No, it wouldn't work out. It wouldn't prosper him. No, it wouldn't work out. It would have been destruction. And this is why you got to find to your ears who you actually listening to. Because it's one thing to listen to people, and then there's another thing to listen to God. Because God is never going to rush you, people will. That's why I'm saying don't rush. Because you're going to end up putting yourself in a ditch that you never were meant to be in the first place. So then I understand that, you know what, I'm not meant to be making videos, I'm just meant to be serving. So this whole summer, this whole time period, I was just serving. When people ask me, why are you making videos? I was like, you know what, right now, I just need to serve. The videos will come later. The podcast will come later. Everything else will come later because I don't need to rush. I'm young and I don't need to rush. I may be old, but I don't need to rush. I may be middle age, but I don't need to rush. It doesn't matter how old, how tall, how fat, how small, how skinny you are. You don't need to rush. Don't rush. Take your time. Thank you guys. I'll wrap it up here. I'll wrap it out there. But thank you guys for listening to this episode. Thank you guys for even making it to the end. We're now doing videos now, so you can catch us on YouTube. The YouTube account is called ETS. You can catch us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Podcast. I some music podcast. Apple Podcast, Spotify. You can catch us on all these different arenas. But watch for the space. We're gonna be out pushing a podcast every Sunday, hopefully every Sunday, 7:30 p.m. You get a new episode. You get a new dose of wisdom. But thank you guys for joining me on this journey. And even thank you guys for joining me in this episode of the podcast. But if you take anything from this episode, is don't rush. Your purpose isn't going to run away from you. Your purpose is already in you. Take your time. It will come. That's all that needs to be spoken about for the day, man. Let's get busy, guys. Let's get busy. Stay blessed.